So I drew a few cartoons, not these. And I got an email. I got 2 emails. Email number 1 from a fellow called Chris. Now, Chris said, would you like to draw a cartoon for a magazine? I thought, wow, based on the rubbish I'd put up there. That's a dream. I couldn't believe it. I got so excited. I started to tell somebody asked me to draw a cartoon in a magazine. That, to me, was beyond me. So I said, yes, I'd love to. So he said, well, we'll have a meeting about it. So I turn up for this meeting, and it's a big, imposing building. I'm thinking, for a cartoon. And I go inside, and I go into a lift, and I go right up to the top. And I'm led into this boardroom, and they sit me down, and then these people file in, and I think, for a cartoon? This is a bit much. And I sit down, and all these people are sat opposite me. Chris, who's asked me, he sat behind them, giving me the old thumbs up. And the fella in front, who I've never met, he says, so, Alfie, thanks for coming. Thanks for agreeing to draw the cover of our Christmas magazine. If I'd been asked to do that, I'd have said, no, I can't. I'm incapable. But because I'm in a boardroom filled with people that I didn't know were going to be there, I went, yes, thank you. So kind. They said, now, normally, this is the NE1 magazine. It goes around all of Newcastle, 48,000 copies. It's in every hairdresser's, barber's shop. It's the free magazine where people can find out what's on over Christmas. He said it's the Christmas special. Now, normally, we just have a bauble with a shop behind. But we thought if we had a cartoonist, we could incorporate lots of things that we want. We've got a wish list with you. We could have Tommy Hilfiger. We could have sales. We could have the Metro. We could have a theatre. We could have... And they asked for all of these different things. I'm writing them all down. Some of these brand names I've never heard of, and I'm panicking inside, thinking, how can I do this? And they said, the trouble is, we need it for next week. I think I'm not free after 2 days. So I went, well, I'll do it in 2 days. The fella who's asked me, and he sat behind them, he's going, no, no. And I went, but I better leave now. And they all laughed and went, I'm being serious. And I took my list, and I cycled home, and I got to the gates, I'd burst in the house, and my wife's going, what's wrong? I went, I've got to draw a cartoon. I won't see you for 48 hours. And I drew this cartoon and sent it off to be coloured, because I can't do that. I can't do digital stuff. And they accepted it, and it became the front cover of the magazine. If we have a look, next slide, please. I'm like Professor Chris Whitty. There we are. So it became a cover of a magazine, and that was an accident. You don't have to claim it was an accident. Go back to the meeting that I'd done the original sketches for, and there was a man who sent me an email called John. John runs the North East Art Collective. He used to. It was a gallery in Newcastle. He said, come to the gallery. I'd love to chat to you. Saw your pictures. So I thought, wow. And I thought he just wanted to show me round, and I didn't know what he wanted, whether he wanted to get on the radio, because that happens all the time. And so I went to the gallery, and he said, I've got a space on the wall for you. I saw your pictures. I went, I can't. I've got no pictures. He went, well, you better draw some. And I said, well, what? I don't know what to draw. I've got no range. I've got no projects on the go. He said, well, draw about what you know about. And I said, well, I'm from coal mining stock. My dad was a coal miner. Everybody who I knew growing up worked down the pit or had connections with coal mines. So I'll have a go at sketching some coal miners. I love the great Norman Cornish pictures. So I sketched a picture of some coal miners having bait. Their bait is their snack. And so here it is. This is the picture. And I put this on Facebook. It was just about this big. And I put it on Facebook. It's just a little sketch just to see what the reaction was from people I know and people who wouldn't be too cruel. And my cousin sent me a message, our Terry. And her dad was a miner, like me dad, my Uncle Terry. And she said, you know, down the pit, the miners all had in his pit to eat not cheese, not falafel, not egg mayonnaise. This stunned me. They all had jam sandwiches. And I said, jam? He said, yes. I thought they'd want something big and chewy and meaty because it's a heavy industry job and you're breathing in coal dust and you want something strong. And no, they had jam sandwiches. Because of the coal dust, your mouth's dry and you get emphysema. My grandfather died of emphysema. And that's his grave there, just good. And so I changed the picture. And I called it jam sandwiches, and I drew a little bit of jam. And this is the picture I drew after that one. And that became jam sandwiches. And it became my first pop hit, if you like, and it became my bestseller to date. So that was an accident, complete accident, where one thing led to another.